Yes friends, I'm down at Jurambar Beach. I'm just going to get out of the wind here. Today's video is about karma and responsibility, the Buddha's philosophy of karma. Now, first of all, the Buddha's philosophy of karma is that Buddha, when he had his first enlightened experience, broke into what you'd imagine is broke into the atoms of his body, and you hear this from a lot of enlightenment stories, and felt himself connected to everything. Every human, every plant, every tree, he and they were the same energy. In that moment, he also saw all of his past lives. And he realized that the suffering we go through, or the karma we've got, is sometimes planted not only from ourselves, but from before us. And he says our responsibility is to clear the karma, not only of ourselves, but also of our ancestors, past lives and genealogy. So initially when I heard that, I was like, that's not fair. It's not fair that we have to clean this shit out from our past. We didn't even do it. There's two parts to this movie. First of all, that whole thing is the reason why you see the Buddha laughing all the time. The Buddha laughing all the time. He says that pain is inevitability. Suffering is up to us. Suffering is a choice, shall we say, if we don't know how to manage our brain properly. So the reason the Buddha's always laughing is because he's giggling the fact that we want to feel good all the time, the fact that we think it's not fair that we have to work through, a bad draw in life or whatever, is the whole point of why we have the suffering in the first place. And it's natural for us to do that, but that is the whole reason behind the suffering in the first place. So that's the mindset of the Buddha, is to giggle at pain, because it is inevitably exactly half of what we need to expect in life. Now, the other aspect of this is, if you think about responsibility, first of all, cause and effect, the way it was well explained to me is that if you plant some seeds in the ground of a fruit tree, mango tree, and you wait maybe 2 years, you fertilise them, growing them, watering them, eventually 2 years comes past, when the first fruits come out, it's got nice fruits, you pick the first one, you think, geez, it's a bit smaller than the average mango that I eat, bite into it, and it's like, oh, this thing's bitter, it tastes like a lemon. It is a lemon. And you go back to the seed packet and go, fuck, I planted lemons, not mangoes. Shit. So whatever thoughts we think will lead to the actions we take, and that will lead to, whether it's a week, a day, 3 years from now, the karma has to come back. The fruit tree has to come from the thoughts and actions we take. Now, whether we have past lives or not, the part that the physical... okay, this is my explanation for it, okay? Whether it's true or not, the only reason I give any weight to this is the fact that the Buddha, 2,500 years ago, already believed there was atoms and subatomic particles inside our body just by going deep into meditation, feeling into his body, long before a telescope was ever invented. And so the reason I consider that this could actually be a possibility is, if you think about a sperm and an egg, they are too small for the human eye to see, yet there's enough information and technology in there to create a human that looks like half a mum or half a dad, or more like dad, whatever. So, not to mention all the character traits and things we have, or that we might often hear the person, you have the personality of your grandfather or whatever. Now, some of this will come through nurture and the way we're raised, but if something so small like a sperm can have that much technology and software inside it, then it makes sense that if your father or mother go through trauma and they learn to, for example, start to get angry to fight back, and that becomes a protection mechanism that works for them, that they would unconsciously store those emotions in their body, thinking it actually serves, well, it does serve them in a way, it keeps them safe, until it doesn't. Sometimes they get so angry, and later in life there's no more danger, they're still using the anger and hitting their kids or hitting their wife or whatever, for example. But at the start, it was a protection mechanism, and it worked. It kept them safe. So it makes sense that your parents, at least, would store unconsciously emotions and habits in their body that keep them safe, and they'd want to pass them on through genes to their children. Unconsciously, that's why when you see animals have instincts before, when some baby deers have to run in the first couple of days of their life from predators. Instincts are already born into the body. So it makes sense that humans also would have those same instincts passed down individually from their parents in genes, the things that kept them safe, even if those things didn't really function later in life or weren't fully functional. And so that's my theory of how potentially, scientifically, the karma could work. The fact that we have to clear out the old lemon trees, if we really want mangoes, even the ones planted from our grandparents or great-grandparents or parents. Now, it may not be fair, but that's the whole Buddhist philosophy. That's how you giggle at it. There's no such thing as fair. There just is. There just is. Pain is inevitable. If you're so busy complaining about being fair, no matter how unfair it is, you still have to carry the weight of your own karma, at least, let alone the people before you. You still have to carry those emotions inside you that are uncomfortable and that come out at weird times. You still have to carry them, whether you think it's fair or not. And so you may as well get into doing the work and pulling out those motherfucking lemon trees. Otherwise, you're just going to suffer and suffer even more, because you're planting your own lemon trees and you're going to deal with all theirs, and then it's just going to get passed on to your children. That's the theory. Who knows if it's true? But if it is, the key is to playfully accept what is given to you in the moment. Playfully accept the now, because there is no, otherwise you're going to suffer your way through it. All you can do is playfully accept what is being handed to you in this life, in the right now. It may not be fair, it may not be easy, but it is. It just is. Right now, what is? You can take action now to change your isness in the future moments, but what is right now is inevitable. So rather than suffer through it, you've got to learn. It's not easy. You've got to learn how to accept the isness of this moment. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in suffering your whole life. All right, friends, that's my words for the day. Have fun.